Hi everybody, Marco Carbajo here from businesscreditbuilders.org. Today's video we're going to talk about how to access working capital on demand up to $250,000. Today's funding option is going to be ideal for those of you who have revenue coming into your business. We're going to share with you an option today. Last video we talked about several different types of lines of credit, so you may want to check that out. But today's video is another option for you where there's no hard credit pull to qualify for this particular funding option. We're going to share with you a couple things in this video. We're going to share with you what the minimum requirements are, talk about the benefits, and how to actually apply for this right online. All right, so let's get started. First and foremost, you'll see right here, this does report to Dun & Bradstreet, this particular funding solution. So this will also help you build business credit. Now, we've done videos about this particular option in the past, but this one we're going to share with you a little bit more step-by-step how to actually apply with the requirements. So this is called the Revenu Flex line. So there's up to $250,000 you can access with this particular type of line of credit. Now, there's different types of criteria when it comes to getting approved for lines of credit. Last week, I shared with you one particular option on 3 different types of lines of credit you can get, but there were restrictions. There were industry restrictions. You actually had to have a commercial lease or actually big brick and mortar business to qualify. So those are a couple things that if you didn't meet those requirements, this is another option for you, because with this particular option, yes, you do have to have revenues, but there's no minimum credit score requirements. They won't do a hard credit pull on you as well. And as far as restricted industries, this is just restricted to banking. If you're in the banking industry or lending industry, you can't apply for this. And that's really it. So all the other industries are acceptable. You'll see what this is called, the Revenu Flex line. You can apply online for this. This is just some of the benefits real quick is the decision. This is very fast. So if you're a business owner right now and you're looking to access capital right now, you need it. You don't want to go through the long process of your traditional financing. Or let's say your credit score is holding you back. Let's say your bank says we can't approve you because you have a low credit score, you have issues on your credit, but you do have strong revenues coming in, then this is an option for you, because again, like I said, they don't have any credit score requirements, because the main thing they're looking at is your receivables, your funding coming into your business, the revenues of your company. So you can get a decision in little as an hour with this, and you can access funds with as little as 24 hours. So that's how fast this decision-making process is. You don't have to provide bank statements or financials or P&L statements. They're looking at is your bank account data. They may do a soft pull, but there's no hard pull on your credit, and there's no minimum credit score requirements. They give you an online dashboard, so you have complete control of access to your Flex line, and you get a dedicated account manager. So you actually have a physical person who you're in contact with to go over, any questions you may have. What's unique about this particular funding option is not only do you get what's called the Flex line by Revenu, but you also get a Visa commercial card that's attached to your Flex line. So you have 2 ways to use your credit line. You can pull cash from it right online. The funds are deposited right into your business bank account. Or you can use your Visa commercial card that they provide to you as well, and your Flex line is attached to that actual card. Okay, so you can use that for like day-to-day expenses. You can use it if you need to buy inventory, etc. So that's a unique aspect of this particular Revenu Flex line. So you'll see the link right here, revenubusinesscard.com. You want to use that link because that's going to take you right to the registration, how to get started, and complete your application. But don't go there yet, because I'm going to walk you through that. I'm going to go over the minimum requirements before you apply. So make sure you watch this whole video, because you don't want to waste your time applying for a line of credit if you don't meet these minimum requirements. Okay, let's get into the overview of the actual Flex line. Like I said, there's no hard credit pull, there's no personal guarantee. You're not giving up any type of equity ownership in your company. There's some funding solutions that do require that. So you're not doing that, and this is not a loan. The Flex line is a purchase of your future receivables, not a credit card. This is actual line of credit, but it's based on your revenues, and they're extending a line of credit to you based on your future revenue of your business. Approval is based on revenue, like I said, and this is not a fixed funding amount, because what's unique about this, with the loan, you're getting a fixed amount of money, and that's all you get. With this, your particular flex line that you get approved for, your line of credit, it actually grows as your revenue increases, which is really important. So as your revenues are growing for your business, your line of credit is going to grow along with it. So that's a unique aspect of this particular option. There's no origination fees. You're not going to pay to draw on your line of credit, and there's no interest because it's a fixed cost. It's really simple. You apply online, you get a decision in less than an hour. So that's how simple this is. Now keep in mind, when we're doing these videos, we're sharing with you different types of funding options. So you may not qualify for this one, you may not prefer this a funding option we did last week, then you might really like this one. So that's where our goal is, to share with you different funding solutions for those of you business owners who are looking for access to working capital, or you're looking for access to multiple types of access to capital for your business, and we're here to provide that to you. Let's talk about the card that comes with this flex line. So when you get approved for your line, they also issue you this Visa commercial card. And really simple with this, the card accesses your flex line. So that's your credit limit on this card, is what your credit limit is approved for on your flex line. There's no annual fees you have to worry about. Plus you get 3% cash back on purchases using this particular card. You get a mobile app, standard things, that you get an online dashboard. I did talk about that. And then again, like I said, this flex line does report to Dun & Bradstreet. So this will report as a financial trade line, which looks really great on your business credit report. Let's talk about real quick the advantages and disadvantages of this particular funding options. This is not available for sole proprietorship. So if you're not incorporated, if you're not an LLC or corporation, etc., you cannot apply for this particular card. So that's a disadvantage. Obviously, you'll see there's quite a long, extensive list of advantages of this card, but the disadvantage is you can't be a startup. So you have to at least be a year or more in business. So that's the age requirement. Also, there's a revenue requirement. You have to be generating $20,000 a month in monthly deposits coming into your business. Not 17, not 15, not 12. It has to be $20,000 a month in revenue minimum coming into your business. Obviously, the higher revenues you're generating as a company, the larger your line of credit's going to be. Now, you'll see, I don't need to go over the whole list of all the benefits, but what's really unique is you're only paying for what you use. So if you're approved for X amount, only when you draw on your line of credit are you repaying on that, okay? And you can easily transfer funds from your flex line to your business bank account. So that's what's working capital on demand. It's really fast. Let's talk about the minimum qualifications. Number one, you have to be a US-based business. And you have to be an entity. You cannot be a sole proprietorship, like I just talked about. Minimum 1 year of business, you do have to have a separate business bank account with at least 3 months of activity. Now, what do we mean by that? Because if you have to be a year in business, let's just say you were at a bank for like a year, 9 months, and then you switch banks. And that's what we mean with that one bank that you're at. Let's say if you switch banks, you have to at least have 3 months of activity with that particular bank. All right, so that's why you have to have at least 3 months of activity with a new bank if you switch banks. Minimum 20,000 monthly deposits. Your average daily bank account balance needs to be $1,000. And you'll see down here, no negative balance beyond 3 days a month, and not operate in the banking or lending industry. So those are the restrictions. Okay, so if on last week's video we talked about the line of credit there, there's several different options there, but if let's say your industry you got declined, let's say you applied, but you're at a restricted industry, this is another option for you. What I'd like to talk about is the application process. So what happens when you go to revenuebusinesscard.com, it's going to take you to this particular page right here. So all you need to do, of course, is fill out that page. Really simple information. They're going to ask for your name, email address, etc. Now, once you go through there, you're going to go through the application process. You're going to confirm your business information, confirm your owner information. There's an e-signature. They want your banking information. Now, you do need to connect your business bank account via Plaid. You cannot upload hard bank statements. So that's the only requirement here. Is last week we talked about that line of credit. You could supply hard bank statements if you didn't want to connect via Plaid. This one, it is required to connect with Plaid. That's read-only access. That's a technology that allows the underwriting to review your bank deposit history, your revenues, etc. So it's completely secure, but just so you know, that is a requirement to apply for this. and then you upload any other additional docs that are required. Most likely is your copy of your driver's license, etc. That's it. And then the review process comes. It takes very short, literally within less than a little as an hour, you can get an answer and you can log into your account and access your funds within 24 hours. So that's how fast this particular funding option is. So you go to revenuebusinesscard.com. That's this flex line. Now, for those of you, once you do get approved, here's just some quick snapshots of what to expect when you log in. It's really simple. It does tell you what's available on your line of credit. You can request funds, how much, and then you can draw on that line of credit, and then the funds are deposited literally within 1 business day. Here's a payment calendar on your repayment when you draw on your line of credit, and this also lists all of your business your business card transactions that you get. So remember I talked about your business card that's tied to this flex line. All that activity also shows up here as well. So this is the revenue flex line I just shared with you. Now for those of you business owners, let's say you have other funding needs, or let's say you want to explore other funding options. Well, I do encourage you to go to our website, businesscreditbuilders.org. You'll see our website right here. There's a pre-qualify now tab. We do offer a free pre-qualification review. And what does that mean? That allows you to kind of explore many different types of funding options, and we do an assessment. So you upload a recent copy of your personal credit report. You give us some information about your business, what's your revenues, etc. And this allows us to provide you funding projections on other types of funding that we can acquire for you in addition to what we just shared with you, such as business credit card funding. We go up to $150,000 in combined credit limits at 0% APR. Does require really good personal credit, 680 or higher credit scores at least. We also do lines of credit and loans. We do multiple funding rounds as far as we combine funding products if you're trying to get maximum funding. Or let's just say you're a startup. You have no revenues, but you do have good personal income, let's say. You have great personal credit. Well, then you also can apply for what's called our startup funding, and we can explore ways to raise up to $300,000 in funding for you. And this is going to be funds you can use to start your business. Now, just so you know, that does require good personal credit, 680 or higher credit scores, and you have to have good verifiable income. So if you're a W-2 employee, that's another option for those of you who are trying to start a business. So with that, I'd like to say thank you so much for supporting our channel. We do encourage you to click subscribe. That way you're being notified every time we come out with a new video. We're always going to share with you funding solutions, ways to build business credit, ways to maximize your opportunities when it comes to whether you're a startup or existing business or even a real estate investor. So give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it. Make it a great day. We'll talk to you real soon.